a strange sort of game. You raced into the lead and then they just stopped you from playing.
No, I think, League Two's like that. You're not going to have it all your own way, for 95 minutes of a game. And again, it's that cutting edge that I'm after. Nicky squares Rosie at 2-0 up, and it's 3-0. There's no comeback from that point. So, we've had to dig in and hang on there for 15 minutes, and with Nards coming off as well, with a groin injury, then we've really had to put a shift in. But they did do, and the lads, they embraced that brilliantly from an emotional point of view, what they've got from that game, and a mental point of view, to dig in. And there's a lot of intensity, growing from the fans and growing from all quarters, and they've dealt with it brilliantly. To get that win at home, and it was an important one. But it just tips off a fantastic week that we've had on our travels, and then now at home, and it's a fantastic 3 points. 2
really well taken, well worked goals as well.
They're brilliant. Absolutely outstanding. The first half, it was complete and total ultimate domination in every aspect of what we did. I don't think Rob has had a save to make or had to do anything. We controlled the tempo, we dictated play, and then when we sped the play up, in the last third, the quality was just incredible. So I was delighted with obviously the 2 goals, and Rosie is that difference. Even against Cheltenham, he gets across people, he moves in the box, and you've seen him travelling in the box, but Lois put it in, and he's known exactly what he wanted, cutting between defenders, and it's a fantastic goal. Nicky with the curve, he's not a million miles off, and if that goes in, it's just, that's what I asked the team to do: go out and charge and get in front, and they did do fantastically.
Is the pitch helping? Is it making it that the big difference you wanted?
Well, it wasn't right for the first few weeks, but it's a new pitch, and we can't get it to the cut that we want at the minute because it's quite a young seed. But it is thickening up, there's no doubt about that. We've had it cut down to 25mm. The desired height is 22mm. Whether we get that, I'm not too sure, because it is such a young pitch, but it played fantastic today. Certainly the first 35 minutes, when it was still wet, it dried out a little bit, but it's helping, it's part of the plan, and it's part of us going forward.
It's not going to happen overnight, is it?
Well, it's one of them. We definitely work in progress. We've been at this 7 months now, we've been at it hard, hit the pedal hard, and there's things that I want to improve. I love League Two, I love everything about it, and I love working at this football club, but we have got to really at times sort of pinch ourselves and say, we're a developing team, but there's they're getting all aspects. Technically, tactically, they were good today. The structure of the team were good, and mentally they were super focused.
Schwan Jalal, Craig Jones, were they any closer?
Schwan's fit. There's no problem with Schwan. He's recovered now. He's fully fit, but Rob's deserved his chance and opportunity. The goals that we've conceded, he's couldn't do nothing about. Deflected goal down at Luton, and then obviously the penalty today. So Rob's done well. Craig Jones, he's probably over the worst of it now. I'm hoping to have him training with us Tuesday, Wednesday, but I've not got the intel on that. Maybe until Monday, but hopefully John will join us and train back with us.
Could I ask you about that penalty? Was it a foul? Was it in the box?
Their subs are telling me no. Dean Smalley, an honest kid, he's telling me no. I've asked him. My subs are right in line with it. They're telling me no, and Pabs is saying no. So I've not seen the video footage of it. My first impression was no, and he made a meal of it. But it sums up that the referee's second half. It was inconsistent at best, and then I think once you've made a decision like that, when you don't really need to, one to give the free kick and then the penalty, you don't need to. And I think after that, I could see it affected the referee maybe because some of the decision making was sketchy at best.
You don't want to start talking about a referee?
No.
Are they forcing you into talking about a referee?
I think it's just League Two. I've gone on record this week. It's an absolute disgrace what's going on in the English game. To have the best league in the world, and it's been underpinned by Football League referees. We've got to get them more support. They can't do the job that they've been asked to do. The game's quickened up. The tempo and the ball speed's quickened up. The game's changed. You've got technical players now, you've got quicker players. All the stats are telling you that everyone's quickened up, more powerful than it's ever been the game. So we get professional referees and they start working as teams, and that's the key for me. You can't be a lone ranger. You're part of a team, you're part of 4 teams, But we're not going to get the answers, because unless we fund it and underpin the system, it's not going to happen.
How's not?
Again, it looks like he's done his groin. Just spoke to the doc then. It looks like he's tweaked his groin, pulled it. But it's one of them. I did it down at Plymouth last year with Jonah. I don't want it turning. He could have maybe hobbled about for 10 minutes, but you can cause real damage. If it's a grade 1 tear, and that ends up being a real bad one. I don't want him out for 2 or 3 months. So we've cautioned to the wind with Nards, and we got him off, and the lads dug in. They had to dig in, and they did do.
Got 3 week now. No midweek game. Does that give you a chance more on the training ground?
It does. It's a good week for us. The Luton game was a tough one mentally to come back home and then deal with that. And it was a tough week, and the lads have produced a brilliant week. But now we can just slow down a little bit and assess where we're at. 4 or 5 games in, assess where we're at, brush it down, and just make sure we tidy the work up, because I want to keep improving what we're doing. There's no doubt about that, and it gives us a chance to get on the training ground and just tweak a few things.
John Sheridan's just been saying that he said they should have a definite second penalty, which I presume he means Nathan's alleged handball. How did you see that?
I just think the game should have been over first half, and then we'd think it's so. It doesn't really matter. You can come here decrying, you want a penalty or another decision, whatever. But I don't need to. We totally dominated and controlled play for long spells of that game, and we deservedly got the 3 points.
Well, can you have tactics sort of way above my head, because 10 times more than I do. He just said when he matched them up against you, they were the better side. So what? Because I don't look at these things. What period in the game was that? Because
on the triple substitution, it's probably 65, about 65 minutes.
Just wondered.
Well, the better side lost today, then, didn't it?
Yeah, well, exactly.
Better side lost today.
It's a strange thing to say, but man for man, you're a better side. You could have been dominating, as you say. It could have been home and hose at half time, couldn't it?
It should have been, and that's what we're trying to work hard to achieve. And that takes away that tenseness and that tightness that sometimes you get. But we've conceded a couple of late goals, and it can become a bit of a monkey on your back, and the lads have dealt with that fantastically well. With 10 men as well, do you know what I mean? The best team on the pitch couldn't beat us with 10 men.
Yeah, exactly right, yeah. Well, any what ifs, sometimes you have to avoid that at this stage of the season. What if we hadn't conceded at Luton, what if this? So you just say, hey, that's just the way it is.
I think over the season, it must balance out, but we're not trying to just on a scrappy decision or trying to win a game. We're trying to design a team that wins football matches consistently. That's what I want. That's what I've come here to do, to consistently win football matches and be very competitive. And we're showing that. We're showing a competitive edge. Whether it's at Hartlepool or down at Luton. We were trying to design a football match that we dictate. But I'm soon realising that for 95 minutes you're not going to have it your own way. League Two, the last 20 minutes. People will take risks, they'll take chances, they'll come out of structure, and they'll just smash the ball eye long and get it in there to try and get something. So we've got to make sure that we concentrate on what we're doing, because we're very good at what we do.
Yeah, with a bit of luck, you could have gone 270 minutes without conceding a goal, really, couldn't you?
Absolutely.
So something must be going right.
Well, it's like I said, the structure of the team, Keith, it's excellent. It really is. To limit teams to get no shots against you and no real chances, then that tells me the structure's right. And I think Kelvin's been a big influence over that. Getting Kelvin in the team and being a fulcrum. And Kelvin's getting fit. At 70 minutes, he was out on his feet. But he's getting there, and this week will be great for him. To get some gains, but we're making massive gains. Danny Mayer again as a left wing back. It's the first time he's played it down at Luton, and he excelled. And then today he's going to cause you problems. When he gets a 1v1, down the outside track. So a lot of positives. Nicky's growing, as a player and as a person, and then blooming as the season is progressing nicely. And he's learning as well. I've just tried to slow him down, and he's supercharged. He doesn't stop for a minute. That lad, and. I'm just trying to calm him a little bit and slow him down in that last third. And when I do, we're going to have a fantastic player that's going to hurt teams. I
mean, that's the only thing he's just licking this season, isn't it? I mean, he's been ripping people apart and just getting a bit wayward in front of goal.
Yeah, again, he just wants that goal. He wants that goal, but I've told him the importance of focus of the team. I think once he gets that goal, I think he'll just calm down. I do, but he does want it. He wants to come back here and you know, show the fans what he's about. But he's doing that anyway. You know, with his pressure and his closing down. The way we pressed Plymouth today, you know, people talk about the passing. The way we've pressed them, they couldn't handle it.
In fact, that's been the really last 3 games. It's been the case, hasn't it? To be fair, you know, you're getting into the faces of the opposition, and they seem to struggle to deal with it.
We're having a lot of the ball, but when we give it over on the transition, you know, they don't half work hard to get it back, and people won't really see that because we don't go around smashing people and getting, you know, really physical. But we're physical in a different way. You know, we do press and hurt teams on that first and second press. They're quite amazing how much work they're actually putting in. You know, people say that, you know, we're a footballing team, but don't underestimate how hard that group of players work.
Oh, Jesus, there was a case, I think it might have been Tom Sawers or someone in the first half, lost the ball.
Yes.
And he backed it right then.
Right in the other side, wasn't it? Yeah, it was excellent.
And if you got that, you got a chance, haven't you?
Yeah.
I mean, over the years, I must have heard everything, all sorts, and I pick up lots from what people say. And the rugby coach always used to say to me, well, the defence we can sort out first, then we get the offensive play. Is that the same in football? Because the defence is looking pretty solid. And it's almost a work in progress the other way.
I think we've got, you know, I'd go as far as saying 3 of the best defenders, you know, in this league, you know, centrally, Cam, Pabs and Nuts. But because we keep the ball for long spells, you're limiting the number of opportunities that a team's going to, you know, have against you. The forward play is always the difficult bit. You know, we've got some outstanding players, but you know, it gives us an opportunity now with Rosie just to. He gives us that a different dimension. You know, he will get across people in the box. He will stretch teams. You know, you've seen that today where teams think they set up against you and they've left a lot of space in behind. He'll go and exploit it. He doesn't mind an hard shift and he'll go and run in behind. So, you know, we've created a lot of opportunities. It's just finishing that last bit off.
He's brave, isn't he, that lad? He's brave.
He's amazing, isn't he? I love him. Yeah, he's good.
Platty, how close is Platty? Because you're down to the bare bones forwards now. Looking at it,
he's getting there. You know, he's done a lot more from gym work. He's done a lot more now field-based work, and he'll you know, we're just waiting for Platty to get over it. He's had quite a few problems over the last 2 years with his calf, so I don't want to rush him too much, and then you know, he's out. But it probably opens an opportunity for us to maybe bring one in before the window now. I think so. I think we need to now because you know, Nard's going down. It could be a 2-week injury, that one.
And it also means you don't have to rush him as well if you got an extra body, doesn't it?
We need to get Nards firing. You know, I don't want this season where he's out for 2 weeks, plays 1-2 games and then out again. I think we've got to really correct the problem now and make sure that, you know, we have a fit Danny Nardiello because he's brilliant.
Yeah, brilliant.